This wig needs to be highlighted. This is Beverly Hills by BelleTress. It is a brand new style, and I have it here in the color Crushed Almond Blonde R. With this color, you really have a soft blend. It's a soft, natural, light blonde with a light, medium, blended root color. I love that the root is lighter. A lot of rooted colors, a lot of rooted shades. It's really dark and it can become almost overwhelming for someone who doesn't have super dark hair. And sometimes it can appear almost black. Whereas this one, it really does look almost like a dark blonde or a really light brown. It's really pretty. This is probably one of my favorite rooting systems that I have seen to date. And that's saying a lot. I don't think I've ever said that about a wig color before, that I love the root and it's the best I've ever seen. I've never said that. This one is. For me, because of my own natural hair color, because I don't feel so overwhelmed with this rooting system, it does just look like a natural blend. It's not so stark, it's not so contrasty. I think it's really beautiful. And it's gonna work for so many different people depending on their own bio hair color. So let me get into that. My older sister Michelle, she lives out in Connecticut. She came to visit recently and she's been on the hunt for a wig. And we've been kind of like, oh, what should we put you in? She's kind of had her heart and mind set on a brunette or a red wig or like a blend of the two. And that's what we've been honing in on. That's what we've been focusing on because that's always been her. That's been her look and what she's felt most comfortable in. And so when I told her, I really want you to try this blonde, she was kind of like, I don't really want to though. And I was like, please, for me, for your sister, just give it a go. Like, I want to see you in blonde hair. Let's just try, okay? And so she did. Guys, when I tell you she looked so good in this wig, she looked stunning. Like, who's that? Who's you? I thought she looked so good. And not only did I think she looked good, my whole family thought she looked amazing. And best part, she felt like she looked beautiful. That is what you want from somebody who puts on a wig. You want them to look at themselves in the mirror or see a picture of themselves and say, that's me. That's my wig. When you get that feeling, you're there. You're gonna have so much fun in that wig. You're gonna be able to wear it businessy, you're gonna be able to wear it casually, and at least with this style, it can go both ways like that. Like, I'm in a business suit right now, this is what I wear to work, and these are my sunglasses that I also wear when I'm out and about doing realtor stuff. Anyways, I love this style. I love that the hair flips in, flips out, it's a synthetic, it's heat friendly. This means that you can go ahead and you can change it with heat. You don't have to worry about if it rains outside and you get stuck in that rain because it's not gonna mess up your hair day. You're gonna look absolutely fabulous. Your hair is gonna dry and it's gonna look just like this. Every single synthetic wig out there is going to get to the point where it is tangled, it feels disgusting, you want to rip your wig off, you're considering throwing it in the garbage. That will happen to you. Depends how often you wear it, depends how you care for it, depends on many factors, depends like, was it really hot outside? Did you sweat a bunch and now it's matted at the nape of the neck? Something will happen to your wig and you will feel like this. And when that does, I find it a heck of a lot easier to deal with a heat friendly synthetic versus just a regular synthetic. Because with heat friendly, you can go and easily put a straightener to it, a curler, any kind of heat, and it will bring your wig back to life. If I had my choice between a heat friendly or a regular synthetic, I would always choose a heat friendly. Now, not everyone is going to agree with that, and that's okay. We're all different. We all like different things. I find heat friendly does a lot better in summertime, like when the sun is strong anyways. And the fact that this wig has super light density, it's not a ton of hair. This is what also made it look really good on my sister. And I'm gonna give this wig to her because even though I love it and I think it's amazing, she has not felt this good in a wig ever. When she looked at herself and she expressed to me just how much she liked it, it's gotta be hers. It's hers. It's her wig now. Another thing that we both love about this wig, what made it look so good on her, is this extended lace front and the fact that the hair coming out of it is thinned out. It's not super thick. Sometimes you'll get a synthetic wig that has big honking chunks at the very front, and that's, you know, honking chunks of hair. And you got to go in with thinning shears and thin it out. And I have done that before. It's just an extra step. You can do that on any wig. You can thin out any wig, but it's just an extra step that you have to take. And it can be a little annoying. Whereas on this one, I don't gotta do a thing. What I found, if you have a larger forehead, kind of like I do, I have a larger forehead, you can get away with thick chunks of hair at the front because you have more room. If you have a shorter forehead, like my mom, like my younger sister, like my older sister, you are going to find it a lot more difficult to wear a wig that has these thick chunks of hair at the front. You will need to thin it out, or you'll have to get a different wig because you're gonna feel uncomfortable in it. You're gonna feel like something doesn't look quite right on you. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, we're all beautiful the way we come. Big foreheads, small foreheads, middle-sized foreheads, doesn't matter. If we're talking about finding the right wig for you, I always think a thinned out hairline, a thinner hairline, less hair is gonna fit the majority of people better. And not only that, this wig specifically, not only is the front gorgeous, but this part is gorgeous. You see how this looks like head? Guys, this is filming in 4K. Make sure you have that toggled on YouTube. You can actually go to the little settings icon and make sure it's showing it to you in 4K, but have it on 4K because I'm filming it in 4K, and that way you can actually see every single detail I'm talking about. And with this extended lace front, this brand has done a phenomenal job placing those lighter synthetic pieces up at the front. So what does that do though? Like, why is that even good? Because it gets rid of those dark knots. When you just have like a brown hair piece, anything that has any sort of color other than like a bleached platinum blonde on a synthetic wig, when it gets tied into the cap, you're gonna see that little dot where it's been tied in. And so if you tie those darker pieces up at the front hairline, guess what? You get dots on your forehead. The lace will always disappear into your forehead, which will make it look realistic. But if you have those darker knots, it's not gonna look like it's growing out of your head if someone comes really close to you. But if you have those lighter pieces, and the majority is light, you're not gonna get dark knots. Even if you have some dark knots, but the majority is lighter, it's just gonna look so much more better. See, that's a dark knot right there, but it's surrounded by light knots. So the eye, when you're standing across from someone really close, it's not gonna go to that one dark knot. It's just gonna look like a natural hairline, hair actually growing out of your scalp. So that's phenomenal. This wig just has one little parting space right here. So you kind of do need to keep it there if you want to get this great of a look, but I don't want you to be scared either. Let's say the wind blows or your hands naturally flip through it like this. You can still do that and flip the hair around and it's still gonna look good. So I don't want you to be scared of flipping your hair over and going against the wig rule of this wig where there's no actual parting space for you over here. It's fine, it's still gonna look fine. Because it is a longer synthetic, you will get tangles. You will. It'll rub up against your jackets. It'll rub up against anything you wear. And you will get tangles, especially at the nape of the neck. But I wouldn't scare away from wearing this wig just because of the fact you might get some tangles. Here I've been flipping my hair around, talking to you guys, and I don't have any tangles. I can easily run a wig brush through it. I can easily just take out my wide tooth comb. Just keep a brush in your bag. When you go out, just run it through every once in a while, and your wig is gonna just go back to being amazing and beautiful. And when it gets to the point of no return, run some heat through it. Your wig actually needs heat to return to its long, healthy life. I love that it holds to the shape of your own head. There's not too much hair where it's like sticking out and poofing out. Look at this. This is actually my head shape. This is my head. Welcome to my head, guys. You can see the back, how it just falls down. That's how light density this wig is. This is my head and it just falls around it so perfectly. I hope you're in love like I am. This wig does come in other colors. This is the only one I've tried, but I'm sure the other colors are just as beautiful because I have heard some really good things about the other ones as well. Inside of the cap, we have a ton of wefts, which is great because it allows a lot of stretch. This is how my sister is able to get her head fitting in this cap. If it was hand tied, it probably would have felt too tight on her head. This is also going to allow ample amounts of air to pass through, so you can wear it in the summer months and you don't have to worry about feeling as hot as you would in some other wigs. This is where the adjusters are. So you can move them in to make it tighter or move them out to make it looser. And this is a really soft nape of the neck, so it just sits under your wig grip here. It's smooth, it's soft, like it feels really nice against the skin. And then we have the ear tabs. I rave about these. I love these ear tabs so much because they have stays in them. And these stays allow for this kind of a wig to sit on your head and be absolutely glueless. You don't have to put any extra effort into it to have this wig actually stay on your head throughout the day. It means when you come home, you're not wetting your head to get the glue or the tape off. You're not using adhesive remover because you didn't have to use adhesive. Ear tabs are the best. You're not putting any extra damage or wear and tear on your own hairline. So if you haven't tried velvet lined ear tabs with stays in them, you will not go back after. You will not regret trying it. And then you have this incredible extended lace front that goes all the way down to the ear tabs, which gives you an incredible off the face look. You can lift your hair up and off your face and it's gonna look natural. And then this is your parting space. So you'll try to keep the part in this space. That's where it's gonna look the most natural. But because you've got such an incredible wig that you're working with here, you can move it around and it's still gonna look fine. And if you're on the hunt for a wig, check out my synthetic wig playlist here because I cover lots of different brands, lots of different styles and colors, and I'm sure you're gonna find your perfect wig there. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Take care.